すっぽりとかぶりまして、市橋容疑者、現在、今ですね、新幹線を降りてきました。すごいフラッシュの中、市橋容疑者が今。
Tokyo, Japan, a city known for its neon lights, towering skyscrapers, and bustling streets. But behind its polished exterior, a dark story would unfold. It is the story of Tatsuya Ichihashi, a man whose actions would shock not only Japan but the entire world. His disappearance would baffle authorities, and his eventual capture would reveal a chilling tale of deception, violence, and an unimaginable escape. Tatsuya Ichihashi was born on February 28, 1979, in Japan. Growing up in the quiet suburbs, he was an ordinary child. He had a decent education, no criminal history, and showed no signs of the man he would later become. He was known for being somewhat introverted, a typical student who kept to himself. But nothing about his early life hinted at the dark path he would take. He studied in a university and even had aspirations of working as a graphic designer. He was not unlike any other young adult until the fateful day when his life would spiral out of control. Lindsay Ann Hawker, a 22-year-old English teacher from Britain, had come to Japan to teach English at a conversation school. Like many foreign nationals, she arrived with hopes of experiencing a new culture, learning a new language, and exploring the beauty of the country. What she didn't know was that her life would be tragically cut short. On the morning of March 25, 2007, Lindsay met Tatsuya Ichihashi for the first time. He had hired her for a private English lesson. After the lesson, Ichihashi invited Lindsay to his apartment for a coffee, but what followed was nothing short of horrific. Inside Ichihashi's apartment, the encounter took a dark and deadly turn. In a fit of rage, Ichihashi attacked Lindsay, brutally beating her. He then strangled her with a cord and covered her body with sand, attempting to conceal the crime. When police arrived, they would find Lindsay's body in a bathtub, her life taken in cold blood. As news of Lindsay's death spread, the police launched an immediate investigation. At first, Ichihashi's apartment seemed to offer few clues. The apartment was eerily clean, and there was no sign of forced entry. The key piece of evidence was a witness who described seeing Ichihashi with Lindsay shortly before her death. Soon after, Tatsuya Ichihashi became the prime suspect. As police tried to piece together his movements, they learned that he had disappeared without a trace. The hunt for Ichihashi intensified. His face appeared on wanted posters, news outlets ran stories, and the public grew frantic. Where was he? For more than 2 years, Ichihashi vanished, eluding authorities at every turn. He used a number of tactics to evade capture, including changing his appearance. It's believed that he underwent plastic surgery to alter his facial features, a desperate attempt to erase his identity. He also adopted different aliases, moving around Japan and even making fake passports to cross international borders. The authorities were left with nothing but frustration and confusion. How could a man so ordinary in appearance slip through the fingers of the police for so long? In 2009, Ichihashi made a crucial error. He sought medical help for injuries he sustained while on the run. This would prove to be his undoing. The clinic where he received treatment had a strict policy of reporting anyone who sought medical attention without identification, and it was here that his identity was finally uncovered. When authorities were alerted, they quickly traced the clinic's records back to Ichihashi. On November 10, 2009, after more than 2 years on the run, Tatsuya Ichihashi was finally captured. On the 4th of November 2009, police disclosed that Ichihashi had undergone plastic surgery on 24th of October at a clinic in Nagoya, where he had his nose uplifted. He had failed to receive surgery in Fukuoka in mid-October. He had apparently received cosmetic surgery on several occasions to remove 2 moles on his cheek, add a fold to his eyelids, thin both lips, and increase the height of his nose before he visited the Nagoya clinic. Police released to the press a photograph taken immediately before his latest surgery, 25. On the 10th of November 2009, Ichihashi was captured in Osaka while trying to board a ferry to Okinawa. Ichihashi did not confess upon being arrested, and when his 23-day period of detention without charge expired on the 2nd of December, He was initially charged with abandoning a body and served 2 more warrants for rape and murder. Ichihashi's lawyers alleged that he was threatened with the death penalty if he did not speak, and his reticence was attributed to fatigue and stress. On the 23rd of December, one of his lawyers announced that he had acknowledged that he was involved in Hawker's death, but he had not intended to kill her and had attempted artificial resuscitation. Stephen Green, writing for the Japan Times, said that the case, which had been extensively covered by the media, was likely to test the fairness of Japan's judicial system, which operates a lay judge system and has the option of the death penalty in certain cases. 30. However, it is extremely rare in Japan to be sentenced to death for killing only one person. As of 2010, fewer than 10 of the 111 inmates of Japan's death row had killed only one person, including previous convictions. Lindsay's family, heartbroken and devastated, fought for justice in the wake of her murder. They were determined that her death would not be in vain. Her parents, especially, were vocal in their quest for answers and justice, ensuring that the world would not forget their daughter's story. Though Tatsuya Ichihashi was sentenced to life in prison, the case left lingering questions about his motivations, the life he led before the crime, and what could have led an otherwise ordinary man to commit such an atrocity. Was he always a monster, hiding beneath a facade of normalcy? Or was this the result of a single, horrifying decision that spiraled out of control? The case of Tatsuya Ichihashi remains one of Japan's most chilling and bizarre criminal cases. While justice was ultimately served, the impact of the crime and the questions it raised about human nature, violence, and the hidden darkness inside people will resonate for years to come. Lindsay Ann Hawker's story is one of hope, love, and a tragic end. But it is also a story of resilience. The resilience of a family who refused to let their daughter's death be forgotten. Her memory and the truth of what happened will never fade.